I wanted to check was with respect to the standards.
Yes.
Okay, especially getting certification for panels,
Yes.
that's usually that's a time-taking process.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
what are the typical challenges you face in looking into that?
So what are one of the typical challenges is that it has to pass the AMI EMC test,
Yeah,
and that is a challenge by itself because if you find it doesn't pass, then what do you do? So you have to know those mitigation strategies
yes,
to how do you achieve that, and for that you have to know the standard. So
yeah,
you have to get the standard. You have to have access to the labs that conduct these tests.
right.
Go to the lab, subject it to the test, see is it passing, isn't it passing,
Yeah,
and then find out what you could do to minimize those problems which are coming
right.
or eliminate them altogether.
Yeah,
Because some problems you cannot just wish them away. Yeah,
yeah,
like this aspect of noise. You'll never have a system which has no noise.
yeah, right, right,
There's always is too much noise, too much noise. But the question is, there's something called signal to noise ratio. There's
yeah,
something called tolerance to communication errors.
right.
So you have to pick a strategy that will give you the best possible result in that particular application. And that is often challenging because every site is unique in itself.
Yeah,
Every customer is unique, and what attention they pay to the implementation of their controls and their projects is very, very important.
yeah,
So if let's say you get a guy who's not so experienced, who's laying out devices in the field, he might lay a VFD very close to a controller. Now that's not recommended,
yeah,
things like
yeah.
that.
It's going to create its own
Yes,
secondary
yes.
issues. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
such things, and how one simple things like cable laying strategies. Now you may not have control over cables that are already laid by the customer, but you can have control over what you want to do. So
Yeah,
you can
right.
suggest to the customer, please do it this way,
Yeah, right.
and let's reduce the risk in this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. And I think this connects to the point that you mentioned with respect to distance to field
Yes,
also.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because longer the distance, the greater the
Yes,
chances that this is
yes.
going to create secondary and maybe even tertiary effects
Absolutely.
onto your system. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually very interesting.